quote that I liked was, never ask whether you can do something, say instead that you're doing it. Oh, I want to be a content creator. No, I am a content creator, period. I want to be a painter. No, I am a painter, period. You want to be a bad bitch. You are a bad bitch, period. Guys, it is week 3. Welcome back to the Artist Way. I just make myself laugh. Okay, my week 3 I would say lasted about 2 weeks, just based on timing, how my weeks have been going. But I have been consistent on my morning pages as well as trying to read up and doing my exercises. Okay, so here's my check-in. How many days this week did I do my morning pages? How was the experience for you? If you skipped a day, why did you skip it? I did 10 out of 18 because I have 18 days in between the last time I did it. Last time I recorded this video. I felt great. I do feel like I'm like releasing all the things in my head because, girl, my head is crowded. I am an artistic, creative Gemini. Do you know how much is in here? So much, all the time. And to do it in the morning, it helps me start my day like with a clear mind. And I am obsessed with doing that. All the times that I didn't do it were just strictly because I maybe overslept and I was running late to work. I did feel like at one point I was a little bit in like a mini depressive episode of like just wanting to be in bed more and just being tired and stuff like that and not really like expressing. I do feel like I'm out of that funk, but yeah. Did you do your artist date this week? Yes, I did. Here it is. Hey y'all, so this is my 20-minute walk. I'm supposed to go on one 20-minute walk a week, but I'm romanticizing it a little bit. I got my film camera and I actually just got a battery in order to use my film camera for real. So I will be doing that tonight because film, like, it's so like a very specific way to do photography. I think I haven't been doing it because I've been waiting for like the perfect time, but also film's only like $12, girl. Like, please get a grip. It's not that deep. So tonight, that's what I'm doing. My girl is here and she's just happy to be outside the house. We hope my film comes out good. My grandmother actually gave me this camera this year. She wanted to sell it and I was like, wait, girl, give it to me for free. And she was just happy to do it. This is actually her camera from when she was in high school. It was a gift. So I'm happy that I can continue the legacy and use it. I love taking her on walks because afterwards, man, it is a KO. Okay, I just went to get my artist date film developed. Fingers crossed that it comes out good. I don't know if it will or not. So yeah, all we can do is hope for the best. It's so cute in there. You guys came in there with me, so you already know. I bought a Kodak Gold next. At this point, I'm just trying a bunch of different films. I was told that the Portrait 800 was the best for black people, like we show up better on that. But I got the the Kodak Gold instead. But my thing is, I'm gonna be there all the time, so it's fine. But this is a part of my artist week vlog. I just wanted to update you guys on my artist date that low-key is continuing. So I will see you guys later, and hopefully I find something for my dad today. I loved it. I'm obsessed with my film camera right now. That is definitely like my favorite thing that I have. And so I feel like every time I get the chance to use it, it's just such a fun experience, and it makes me feel like I'm like going back in time. Yeah, it's for my grandmother, which I just love her so much. She's like my biggest artistic supporter. I love her. And so that was just such a great gift for me this year. It's my favorite thing. And then, were there any other issues this week that you consider significant for your recovery? Describe them. Well, I did talk about my mini depressive episode, but I honestly felt like I did a good job of like pushing through it and not letting it take me over. I allowed myself to be in it a little bit, because sometimes you do have to allow yourself to be down, and don't beat yourself up just because of it. And I felt like for 3 days I was a little low energy, and I let it out, and then I was able to just like get back into it slowly by going on walks and playing music that I want to hear and eating food I want to eat. So I do feel like I coached myself out of it. I know the things that I like, and so I just try to give myself ways to experience it in any way that I can. So, what is this chapter about? It's called Recovering a Sense of Power. I have a few things underlined in here. And let me tell you, this chapter starts with something very important. Anger. And I am a type of person that like tries to, I like low-key refuse to experience anger because I hate the feeling of it, okay? But the way that she describes it in here, I actually love, because she says it's telling us when we are betraying ourselves. So we need to actually listen, and that we know what we're talking about. We know what we want. Anger is useful, and it's a very, very loyal friend. Nothing can align you more than what you are.
It take you that long to find it?
It does. What you stand for, your boundaries, then your anger. So it's like, what I took from it is it's not necessarily you have to go running around and curse everybody out. No, that's not what we're saying. What I'm saying is pay attention to the moment that you feel this. Why do you feel this way? Get to the root of that. It's funny because this makes me think about B. Simone is going viral right now because everyone's like, B. Simone is the worst best friend ever. Basically, it's this clip of her talking to her best friend. Best friend is saying how she just got this deal and she's really excited about it. And B. Simone says like, oh, okay, and hangs up the phone. And then she calls her back and she's like, I have to call you back because I feel very conflicted about this. Like, I feel like badly, but I don't know what this is. I don't know what this feeling is. She never congratulates her friend. She immediately takes the moment and makes it about her. And she's like, oh, I'm not jealous though because I don't want what you have, but what my feelings are hurt is because I want it to be us. I want to work with you. Like, and basically it's like, no girl, you're jealous. You feel plateaued. You feel stuck. Now, I am not invalidating B. Simone's feelings, but she is a horrible best friend for that because you congratulate, you're happy for your friend. Motion doesn't hate on motion. Period. When I am following my purpose, it's no problem for me to be happy and congratulate and have so much joy for the people in my life. So it's like, girl, just because you feel that way, then you need to have a conversation with you and God, not your friend and pushing down her wins. But I do think that's a good example of like finding the root of the feeling. Don't look at the leaves, look at the roots. That's how you really make real change. That I think is really important because it kind of just tells you to look at yourself more. Pay more attention. Don't just look at the surface level of these feelings, but why are we getting here, right? Next chapter is synchronicity. Now this. So me and my dad always say LOA, law of attraction, a philosophy suggesting that the positive thoughts bring positive results and negative thoughts bring negative results. Or like the way me and my dad would think about it is like, oh, we're talking about Volvo cars and then a Volvo car like drives by immediately after. It's like, oh, law of attraction, we just said that. And look, she opens it with, answered prayers are scary. They imply responsibility. You asked for it. Now that you got it, what are you gonna do? Synchronicity, loosely defined as a fortuitous intermeshing of events. So I'm gonna give an example. Today I am working the Wawa Welcome to America Festival, but I'm doing content for Theater MX. I just want to say how full circle it is because I worked this festival with a production company when I was in college, and literally I hated it. I hated every second of it. And I was like, okay, I thought I wanted to work in festivals. This is not it. This is not it. And I realized, I was like, dang, maybe I really do want to do content. I would watch the people who were here for media passes and all that stuff. And I'm like, damn, like I would love to do that instead. 3 years later, here I am, Wow Wow Welcome America Festival as the content consultant for Theater in the X. And I'm literally here doing what I realized I wanted to do at this festival. So I think that's a very beautiful thing, and I am very grateful to have experienced this. I got about like an hour left of being here. I did drive, and I'm parked on the ground, so I don't have to walk far, thank God. But I just wanted to come on here and say that, like, very present, very aware. I love my life. 5 stars. See you guys in a sec. A quote that I liked was, never ask whether you can do something, say instead that you're doing it. And I say this all the time. Or like, oh, I want to be a content creator. No, I am a content creator. Period. I want to be a painter. No, I am a painter. Period. You want to be a bad bitch. You are a bad bitch. Period. When you start saying, I want to start, I want to do, I want to da-da-da-da, you start putting like timelines on it, and that holds you back actually. No, girl, do it today. Be the person you want to be today. Make life the life you want to live today. And I think that is something that is so easy to get lost in when you have to work. You got to pay bills. You got people to take care of. Like, girl, you got responsibilities. I'm not denying that at all. Probably got more responsibilities than me. I ain't got no kids. I don't got to go as hard.
I don't have kids. You get what I'm trying to say? I don't have to go as hard.
But I do feel like you can still show up for you in some way, whether it's 5 minutes, an hour, or a whole day. You can show up for yourself. And as you start to do it intentionally, it starts to happen naturally. And that's what the synchronicity is. When you start, you're like putting yourself on that timeline. That's how I think of it. And like she said, God knows that the sky's the limit. Anyone honest will tell you that possibility is far more frightening than impossibility. That freedom is far more terrifying than any prison. If we do, in fact, have to deal with a force beyond ourselves that involves itself in our lives, then we may have to move into action on those previously impossible dreams. Because when you keep things as dreams, it's like, oh, that'll never happen for me. I just hope it does. You can't have faith without work. The difference between manifesting and wishing, manifesting, you're doing the work and keeping your mind on the prize. Wishing is like, hey God, please get this for me, and you're not going to do any work. And your life turns in what you want to live. On that timeline you want to be on. You might have a dream and God's going to show you far more. You might be like, oh, all I want is this, because you're thinking small. God ain't thinking small about you. God ain't thinking small. Closed mouths don't get fed. And that pretty much sums all this up. You say no to you more than anyone else in this world. If you ask for more and all someone can do is say no, all they can do is say no. But still ask. Don't tell yourself no. Because honestly, people say yes a lot more than they say no. Something that I've been doing to myself, like I feel like I've operated in a space of scarcity for a majority of my life, and not putting myself out there and not doing things because I felt like, oh, like I can't be the one to do it. And I'm not doing that anymore. And when I realized that, I'm thinking, oh, things don't work out for me, shit don't happen for me, things like that. I'm telling myself no more than the world. Oh, I would never get that job, so now I didn't apply. When I could have applied and got it. And if I got a rejection email, so what? Rejection is protection. It doesn't define you and your value. And as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me, because these are things that I need to learn too. And like, look, I'm 24. I still have things to learn. But I feel like as I've gotten older and just been on my grown women shit, I've just been able to take life for what it is and not take shit personal. It don't got nothing to do with me. But all I can do is ask. And if they say no, I'm going to take it. I'm going to leave here with something. So the next one is talking about shame. Now, funny enough, I actually don't have a lot of shame. I just don't. I don't. And like, it's like shame about admitting your dreams. And to me, shame is like the same way of like being scared to be seen trying. I'm not scared to be seen trying. Some of your favorite celebrities who are creatives and live on eat and feed their families and partying in the bees off the Amalfi Coast type stuff, off being artists, is because they weren't scared to be seen trying. I'm not scared to be to fail either. And honestly, I don't even believe in failure. I believe in lessons. Every failure is a lesson on how I can show up better for the next time. It's how you change your mindset. You have to be nicer to you. You really just have to be nicer to you. Honestly, I'm just gonna sum it up to that. For real, for real. So she's saying don't be defensive. You can take criticism, but you gotta weed out what's actually gonna benefit you and when people are just talking shit. Cause shit talkers, they hold no weight. Sometimes there actually is a beneficial criticism within what people are saying. And you can take what you want and leave what you don't. And that's something that I'm currently learning, currently still working on. Like, I know, especially when someone is giving critiques on my art, oh, I'm defensive as fuck. What do you mean? Why would you say that? Okay, whatever. Well, oh yeah, I knew that, but I'm kidding. No, I don't be that bad. Don't be that bad. But I don't give that to people, but that's how I feel on the inside. And I don't like that. Like, I want to be able to learn, and I try to operate in a space of learning all days, every day. Okay, it starts with many Black people are actually very powerful and creative personalities who have been made to feel guilty about their own strengths and gifts. Okay? It talks a lot about childhood within this too, because you're rediscovering yourself. A sense of self is a sense of power. I don't think I'm gonna run through all these things, but just was talking about what do you admire in other people? How can you emulate for that yourself? Like, you look at that for people because you want to emulate that in yourself. And for me, it's being hardworking, standing 10 toes on my creativity and my passion, and just not being scared to be seen. All the people that I've written down as the people who inspire me are all people who are not scared to be seen. And growing up, that was something that I kind of was. I just felt like nobody was looking at me. And I didn't want to do it in a way of like trying to be like, look at me right now. But it's not that. It's like either you see me or you don't, but I'm going to be me regardless. And that's kind of the way that I approach. And I feel like it is like really authentically me, honestly. So that concludes my week 3. I actually had a blast throughout this week, and I'm going into week 4 now, which is recovering a sense of integrity. So far, this book has definitely changed my perspective on me and how I approach the world, but I do feel like it also has been a great confirmation of how I carry myself and like the type of person I want to be. So I'm very happy. And I'm going to continue to do this. And I'm actually running low on pages in my notebook, so I'm going to have to get more soon in my journal. But I'm just living life. And I'm really learning how to live life and just give it up to God. That's all you got to do. That's all you gotta do. So if you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. I always have such a great time doing these. I feel like they're just as much as for me as I try to make them for you. So eat something good, have a good day, and be safe. Bye.